Hello there my fellow Holotable heroes and welcome to another Galactic Challenge video. Hope you had a productive week behind you and is looking forward to get your weekend started. But first, as always, a brand new challenge is upon us. Today we are taken to Nevarro, where we have to take down a squad of droids and use Sith to get max rewards. So as always, I'll cover the modifiers and defeats first and then show you the battles. So I've got 4 battles today for you. I've got 2 different Sith team and then as well 2 different no leader teams for you, so you can pretty much choose whatever you like. Hopefully one of them will work for you. There'll be YouTube chapters below, but otherwise let's have a look at the global modifier, Remnant of Power. So that's the modifier for Nevarro. Whenever a character inflicts a debuff, they gain a stack of Imperial Rule, and for each of these stacks you get extra offense and extra potency. Definitely potency will help along the way, just because it looks like the enemy, they got quite high tenacity, especially B2. So landing like shock or daze or something on him was challenging. So, you know, after you get a few hits out there, you should be able to start landing your debuffs a little bit more reliably. In terms of the modifier, so for the Sith, Grim Machinations, Sith modifier is very situational. I'm not sure if it's really making a whole lot of difference today. Essentially, whenever you defeat somebody or one of your guys are defeated, you get some stat boosts. So I guess it's okay. In terms of the droid modifier as well, nothing too crazy there. They get a little bit extra offense, and then as well, whenever they deal damage to somebody with a target lock, they'll be recovering some protection. But I have a feeling this would be a lot more difficult if actually, because it's a general Grievous Separatist droid squad, if they would have a Separatist modifier, I think this would be a lot more challenging. But with a droid modifier, everything is a lot more manageable, I think. In terms of feats, we have to win with a full team of Sith units, have to attempt to inflict damage over time 30 times, so even if it gets resisted, it doesn't matter, you just need to be able to attempt it, and then win without using a leader in the leader slot. Yeah, we all love this one, don't we? Okay, so let's first kick off with the 2 Sith teams. Now Sith obviously is quite a varied faction. I mean, if you got Lord Vader, I think that could be very easy, because he goes first, days, damage over time, so I think it's going to be very easy. Also Sith Eternal, probably you can get something to work. So, you know, depending what you've got. I've got all the Sith, as you can see, but I'm just trying to, you know, figure out a little bit more accessible teams here. So I'm just going with Palpatine lead for the turn meter train, then we have Darth Vader for damage over times, and then Nihilus for annihilate obviously, and then Traya for isolate, dispelling, then Basti for some extra control with fear and stagger. Okay, let's hop in the battle and let me show you how I run this team. So first I'm gonna go into Merciless, so we remove stealth from everybody, and then we can go ahead, do our Force Crush, then a round of basics. There's a bit of RNG here because it's a 70% chance for Vader to land ability blocks, so it kind of depends, do those ability blocks land or not. But as you can see, B2 there, got a turn. We chuck the Culling Blade, just make sure to chuck it at somebody that's got a lot of debuffs. There we go, perfect. Now we can go ahead and isolate Magna Guard, so we don't have to deal with his taunt. And we can go ahead, wreck cooldowns on everybody. There we go, we got Grievous there with stagger, but I'm like, you know what, let's get a shock over on B2, perfect. Oh, Traya, hang in there, hang in there. Alright, let's get a basic on Grievous just to remove some turn meter. Let's go ahead and get those buffs of Droidica. What I want to do here, maybe, like, the whole thing is you want to dance around Grievous, do not get him below 100% health, because if you do, then obviously you won't be able to target him with Nihilus and annihilate him. I lost Basti there, like, these are all messy a bit battles. But anyway, let's go into another round of Merciless, make sure we get those damage over times applied. There we go, we just go around. There we go, as you can see, that increased potency is helping us out a little bit. Unfortunately there, I did get Grievous below 100% health at that point because of the modifier there. Darth Vader, he's got so many stacks already, so much extra offense, more extra as well. Potency, let's go ahead, increase cooldowns as well. Luckily there, Grievous healed himself up. So I don't want to defeat anybody here. I'll just go ahead and see if we can get a stun on Grievous. Of course not. Alright, let's do another Force Crush. I'm just gonna try and stall this out. Come on, Alice, buddy, get a turn. Lost Vader there. Alright. Okay, come on, Nihilus. Oh, Nihilus, get in here. Oh, gosh. Come on, there we go. Got him down. I tried these various times, like it's very messy. There's always a little bit different turn order because obviously the turn meter gains of B2 and if they get target locks and things like that. So, you know, you'll have to a little bit improvise as you go along, but that was the overall idea for the opening sequence, to get control over these guys. Another route, if you do have Sith Empire, that can work as well. Again, bringing in Darth Vader for the damage over times. So you just have to stall long enough battle to get, I think, 3 Force Crash 3 times, or maybe even 2 would be enough. I don't know, but just to be on the safe side, I guess stall until you get 3. But same thing, we go to Merciless, do a round of basics, Force Crash, then they get a few turns in here. There we go. All right, Grievous feared himself. I'm just gonna go ahead and drain Magna Guard. There we go, got him drained as well. All right, let's get that AoE in. Perfect, we got a shock there on B2. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a fear on B2 as well. Perfect. And I'm gonna stay off Grievous because he's feared, so I don't want him getting a turn. You also don't want to use the AoE from Sith Empire Trooper if you're using him in this squad, because it ignores protection on debuffed enemies, and then Grievous will drop below 100% health and then put mark on somebody. So don't want to do that. Just kind of going around here, spreading the damage, trying to avoid attacking who's feared, so they don't get a turn. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and maybe just do another shock, maybe, or just to get that shock applied. Perfect. Sith Empire Trooper tanking in there. Now I don't want to defeat their B1 because this will give Grievous bonus turn. He will cleanse himself, so I'm just kind of stalling out here, spreading the damage, hoping Vader gets another turn quickly. I'm like, I'll just do a basic, that's fine. Okay, keep stalling. There we go. We got somebody now below 50% health, so we got death mark on Grievous, but only for 1 turn. Let's go ahead, get that fear, more fear. Unfortunately defeated their Magna Guard. There we go, got another turn finally for my Darth Vader, so we can go ahead, go into Merciless, do Force Crash for the 3rd time, and that would complete their damage over times. Okay, so up next, the No Leader Fleets, 2 different teams. One will be with Bad Batch Echo and another one with Dash. I think both of them will work great because they are very fast units. So even at low gear, you should be able to mod them to go first, because it doesn't look like enemies too fast for this one. And they both have a Daze and Dispel that can't be resisted, and that's how you can pull off everybody from stealth and then get to work. And with the Daze, obviously, you don't have to worry about it. Then bringing in Nihilus for Annihilate, and then Basti, Throne, and Traya for lots of control. Let's go ahead, get the Daze, Dispelling buffs, and now we can just go ahead, fracture Grievous, so we don't have to deal with him for the time being. Let's see if we can get some fear spreading on B2. Perfect. You will want to isolate again on Magna Guard, so you don't have to deal with his taunt. Wreck everybody's cooldowns. Let's go ahead and proc that stagger on B2 just to push back the turn meter on him. And I'm just kind of waiting for Nihilus. We don't want to defeat anybody. We don't want to get Grievous below 100% health. So just kind of spreading the damage. Maybe keep tapping their B1s. Try to get an ability block on Droids there with a special from Traya. Okay, so we got 1 more turn to annihilate. We can now go ahead, swap turn meter, because Throne came out of Fracture. Annihilate Grievous, and you're good to go from here on out. Reapply the Daze with Echo, and now just kind of keep these guys under control, fractured. Isolate a second fracture I like to put on B2 just to stop his AoEs, and keep spreading fear, ability blocks on Droids, annihilate Droids next, because you know he can do some big hits on you, and now just a case of cleaning up the rest of the board. So very easy, very here, no issues whatsoever. Really getting that control out of the gate, all thanks to Bad Batch Echo's AoE Daze and Dispel. So there you go, that's how I completed No Leader. Now, another option, as mentioned before already, you can use Dash for a similar, but Dash does have a leadership. So in this case, you will want somebody else in the leading slot, like maybe Malak there, maybe Watt or somebody, but definitely Malak, if you do have him, he's a good option, I would say, to use here. And similar strategy, you will want to open up with an AoE, Dispel, Stealth, get Daze on everybody, Fracture over on Grievous, Just gonna do a basic to get tenacity down on B2 so we can get some more debuffs on him, increase cooldowns on everybody. There we go. Okay, yeah, all right, give me a turn. Let's see if we can maybe get a stun on Droids here. Perfect. Let's go ahead and remove that buff over from B1. And now that we've got tenacity down, we can land a shock on B2, making sure that Malak gets his taunt up. There we go, ability block on Droids, just basic over on B1. Let's go ahead, swap turn meter. Annihilate, unfortunately, not quite ready yet, but you know what, I'm just gonna wreck everybody's cooldowns because Grievous might get a turn in here. So all he can do is use his basic ability. We can go ahead, tap Droids there, he's got an ability block, so Thrawn's basic will stun him. Maybe get a stun there, unfortunately not. Let's drop tenacity down on Grievous. Just keep going. There we go. Nihilus, you coming in here? There we go. Nihilus, annihilate on their Grievous, and from here on out again just fracture then B2, drain Droids, hit autoplay, and you are good to go here for the no leader feat with different team as well. It's definitely utilizing, I think, Bad Batch Check or Dash, if you obviously don't want to use Galactic Legends, will help you here get these feats done quite easily, unlocking the max crate yet again. So hopefully this video was helpful and useful for you guys. Let me know in the comments below how you are getting on, but until then, have fun, enjoy your life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.